The quickest way for you to become financially free and build your wealth is to lower your taxes. 93% of business owners overpay their taxes. That's a study by Forbes. And a separate study found that small businesses overpay by an average of $11,638 every single year. An average of over $11,000 every year. And in my experience, even the small one-person business or the freelancer is sending a five-figure tip to the government year over year over year. And more established businesses, they're overpaying by tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars. Just stop and think about that for a second. How much are you sending every single year in extra tax payments? Do you even know? It gets sad, honestly, especially when you stop and consider what you could turn that money into if you invested it back into your business or real estate or anything, and then did it again and again and again over the next few years. This is generational wealth that we're talking about. And it's just being given away by some of the hardest working people in the country because they don't know what they don't know about taxes. There are over 400 tax reduction strategies that are available for small business owners. But guess what? You don't just automatically qualify for them. It's not just a checkbox on a tax return. You have to proactively set yourself up to qualify for these incentives. And which deductions and which strategies and which credits you end up taking depend on your individual circumstances and your future goals. Now, you might very reasonably be wondering why your CPA isn't helping you out with this stuff. But the dirty little secret about the accounting industry is that most accountants are only ever looking in the past. They're not doing anything to stop and think about your individual circumstances and help match that up with these 400 plus tax strategies that you could be using to help save money and build your wealth long term. Instead, they're just looking at what happened last year, putting the right numbers in the right boxes, and getting your accurate but unfortunate tax return out the door. You see, tax strategy is about arranging your circumstances to fit the incentives and tax laws that are in place. You have to actually set yourself up in advance to qualify for most of these tax incentives. And often that's easy to do, but your overworked accountant is probably a good person doing their best, but they have 200 or 300 other clients that they're trying to take care of. And they're working their tails off just trying to get all these tax returns done and make sure that they're accurate. Most of them are legitimately doing the best they can with what they've been given, but most CPAs just aren't aware or set up to do proactive, intentional tax planning and strategy. This is a big problem because the quickest way for you to become financially free and build your wealth is to lower your taxes. Because as you lower your taxes, you accumulate more cash that you can then turn around and invest into investments that lower your taxes even more and give you more cash to invest. And it becomes a feedback loop of money and wealth that is unparalleled by anything else. And you simply can't get if you're sending that extra $10,000 to the IRS every single year. This should be a high priority for you, maybe your highest priority given the financial consequences. But I know that you're busy. I'm an entrepreneur myself. I get it. And I know that most people would rather not think about death or taxes. So instead, they're just hoping their accountant will handle it for them. Meanwhile, they're quietly dying that death of 1,000 cuts as they overpay their taxes every year and sacrifice their long-term wealth. As business owners, our first goal should always be to create amazing products and services that benefit the world around us. But doing that, unfortunately, doesn't guarantee financial freedom. Understanding how the tax game works so that you can live the American dream is actually the most important thing that you can do for your long-term financial success and wealth. Increasing your sales, building your team, customer service, all of these things matter. But you can do all of those things and still end up struggling financially if you don't have the tax and financial strategies in place to keep the money that you make and to use the rules and incentives that the government created specifically to encourage you to invest and grow that money so that you can improve the economy and get yourself off that hamster wheel for good. So let me ask you a question. What would you do with an extra $10,000 or $20,000 a year? Would you invest it back in your business? Into something else? Would you get more education for you or your family? Maybe go on vacation, maybe upgrade your car, maybe upgrade your house. Some of you might be saying, well, I don't pay $10,000 a year in tax. I only make $50,000 a year. I'm just brand new, I'm a startup. But guess what? If you lower your taxable income and show a loss, you get a refund. You're never too small of a business to save money on taxes. I don't care if you aren't generating a profit yet or if you're working as a freelancer or a contractor. You should be doing proactive and strategic tax planning and getting a bigger benefit out of your business. You can win at this game of money. Taxes and finances, they're not scary or intimidating or overwhelming if you're winning at the game. They're fun. They're only frustrating and boring when you're losing and don't understand the rules and don't understand why you're losing. But the traditional way of doing things, waiting for your CPA to come to you with all the answers, it hasn't worked up to now, and it's not going to get you the results that you're looking for because that model is broken. So if you're ready to get on the right track, then schedule a call so that we can have a conversation and see if we're a fit to help you to take proactive control of your taxes and to get on a clear, defined path to financial freedom and to lasting wealth. I hope to be able to talk to you soon.